Today I'll be going over Steamworks by Tasty Minstrel Games, which is a 2 to 4 player worker placement game with a very creative twist on placement actions. Let's look at the board. The board is separated into 3 ages, which interacts with tiles, first, second, and third. Toward the left side, we have the placement for meeple mechanics and source tiles. We also have 3 slots for clock tokens, which are placed depending on player count. For 2 players, this will all be coins. The game also includes coins, prestige tokens, persona tiles, source multipliers, and player boards. Shuffle and lay out the 8 starting tiles to begin. Each player is randomly given a player board, which provides a player with either a side A or B. Depending on your experience and interest, you'll be choosing this. Player boards expect to have cash, 2 farthest left mechanics, and matching tiles. All A sides will be similar in actions, while all B sides will be a bit more personal. Let's go over the tiles. There are sources and components. A source has a title, placement spot, connector, and source symbol. Some will offer more or less depending on what you find. Components have titles, abilities, connectors, and prestige points. Keep in mind there are components that can accept more than one type of energy, resulting in decisions. Librarifier, for example, does this. If a clockwork source is attached to this component, then go ahead and choose any piece from the age 1. If you're doing steam, go ahead and choose any piece from age 2. And if you're doing electricity, go ahead and choose any piece from age 3. As you assemble devices, you can enjoy different combinations of abilities. For example, if I land here and it's attached by a source, I can trigger one, some, or all of the components activated and in any order I want. A source must link to a component to work. This will work, but this will not. The game offers a few special tiles like the Iterator, which lets you use the components twice, and the power converter, which lets, for example, a clockwork power steam or electricity. Each turn consists of 2 actions. You can pay to place a mechanic. This slot is free, while others will cost a bit more. You can place them on your persona board, any devices you've made, or any devices your opponent have made. The persona board will typically provide a player with 4 spots. Here, 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 and right here. When you place a mechanic on a device owned by another player, they take a clock from the board. These are worth 1 prestige. Some components also offer owner bonuses outlined in red. Collect this ability when somebody else activates it, but you can't activate it yourself. The other option is to pass and collect income. Place your mechanic on the persona board and collect the income associated with that mechanic. Round ends when all mechanics are used up. Once the mechanics have all been placed, gather them up and put them back on your board. When a stack of clocks is empty, move on to a new age. If it is empty midway through a round, do not grab from the next age until this round is over. So if you place somebody else's device, they won't get a clock. Advance conveyor belts by removing and discarding the rightmost card and placing a new card from the top and fill in the gaps. Don't forget to fill in any empty spaces when new ages are triggered. Advance the first player token. After the last clock is completely removed from the game, or in a 2-player game, after the last coin is removed, trigger endgame. After that round's over. In the end, count up your prestige points, clock tokens, which are 1 prestige, and prestige point per completed devices you own. Tally these up, whoever has the most wins. For 2 players, use coins instead of clocks and remove a coin only after each round. Players do not receive clocks or coins for another player using their device. This is only for a 2-player game.